Hello, Pitch Wars lovelies. Welcome to my dark cave of death. I have no idea why this room is so dark. There is a massive glass door in front of me. I don't know, and I also look like I'm very pale, like I'm dying. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I wanted to talk to you guys about last minute revision strategies because you only have a few days left before the submission windows open. I wrote my book last year in the 6 weeks that led up to Pitch Wars, so I was not even sleeping. I was just like revising and preparing, and I'm horribly dyslexic, so also sending my final versions to one of my best friends who is a sweetheart, and she was checking everything for me to sort of catch what I had missed. So if you have a friend like that, that can be awesome. When you're so deep in what you're writing, you often don't see your own mistakes and your own errors, so getting someone else to read for you is great. So, last minute revision strategies. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video to the things that I did last year to help me revise. But basically, I'm just trying to think back. I think a lot of it was like cutting words. I didn't even know which words to cut. I'd never heard of why you didn't want to have filter words, filler words, adverbs, all the things. I knew nothing about anything. I was just like, I've written a shiny book and surely that's enough. No, it's not enough. It was through the Pitch Wars feed and a lot of the mentors that I learned all the things. Brighton Walsh, I think, was the one I mainly remember, although a lot of them were sharing their different strategies, what filter words were, what all these things were that you needed to avoid. If you take a look at their Twitter feeds, I'm sure they're retweeting about it this year, but I think that in my post, I can't remember because I read this post like a year ago, but I'm just linking to it. There should be links to all sorts of things that can help you with those. So went through my manuscript, cut everything. A hint for when you're really deep in it and you can't see the errors anymore is to take it from whatever you're working on. Is it Scrivener? Is it Word? Whatever program you're working in, and completely change the font. So change your font to something completely different and a different size. And if you're working in Word, maybe put it in PDF and start reading it there. You can always have the Word document open behind it. And then if you're catching things, you can go back in and check them. Another great thing to do, which really helped me, was you should actually, if you have the time, do all of these things, by the way, because each pass you will find mistakes, let me tell you. I mean, afterwards, when I go back in, even when I submit it to my agent, and afterwards, and when my agent submitted to my editor, afterwards, I would like look at my manuscript about a week into submission, and I would just see the biggest errors, and I was like, what is life? How could I not have seen that? But you can't, because you're so thick in the story that you're like blinded to all of its faults. You sort of suspect there might be something wrong with it, and maybe you were never born to be a writer, and why are you doing this to yourself? But anyways, we persevere. So the other thing that you can do is you turn your document into a PDF, and you can sideload it onto your Kindle. If you're not sure how to do any of these things, Google is your friend. Just type it into Google. You'll find a million tutorials of how to do that. Super easy. So if you sideload a PDF onto your Kindle, into your documents, you can read it like a book. Little hint about this. I think even size 12 font, like if you're sideloading a PDF, it won't let you make them, well, on my Kindle it doesn't let you, and my Kindle's quite new, it won't let you make the font any bigger. So I actually take the whole file, the whole Word document of whatever book, even if one of my CPs sends me a book to beta read for them or to critique, I always take the Word document and I put the whole text to like 18 or 24, and then I turn it into a PDF, and then I sideload it onto my Kindle, so that when you're reading on your Kindle, the font is big enough, because 12, I don't know why they seem to reduce it, it's tiny, it's really annoying, your eyes hurt, you're like, why am I alive? So that is a completely different way to look at it, and you'll pick up errors that way that you won't see another way. Another great tip that I have found is to read things backwards. So not only move things to a new version, but then you start reading backwards, or you start at a random chapter, because you're checking for errors, you're not reading chronologically for story at this point. Of course, if you manage to rope in any family members, I literally had my mom, my dad, my husband, I think I didn't have my siblings because they aren't in the same country as me. I sat them down in one room and I was like, I need you to read this. And I divided the book into chapters, and I gave them a chunk, and they all sat there, all of them, including me, and no one spoke because everyone was reading, but reading for errors. if your family really loves you, maybe they'll do that. The only reason I managed to score that was because it was my first book and they were all so proud of me. I don't really know if they're going to do that for the next one. Probably not. And then what else can you do? I think there's some people like play it back. I don't know how that works. Magic. They managed to get Word or something like that to audio speak it, except it's like weird computerized talk rather than whatever. And apparently it works. So I don't know, maybe do the Googles about that one. But you can find all of the real detailed hints and tips in the link to my blog post, which is in this description, rather than me trying to remember what I wrote and what I did, which is probably not exactly what actually happened at the time. So guys, good luck. May the odds be ever in your favor.